going, all you mother lovers out there in YouTube land? It's been a while. Almost 3 months since I made a video or been out riding. For all you people that checked in on me, I want to say thank you. I had a pretty decent accident around May 11th. I was at Dreamville down in Rayford, North Carolina, and prior to that I was going to be going to vacation. So this was like the last ride I was going to get in before vacation, and I thought I'd be taking it easy, so we went in the trails. Well, that turned out to be the worst thing ever. I probably would have been safer on the track, but long story short, I got cross-rutted in a muddy mud puddle type scenario, and I went ass over tea kettle there, or over the front bars. The front wheel turned sideways, so much so that it skid and threw me over. A bar hit me in the ribs, and my whole right side, I landed on my shoulder, but I was also still moving forward with momentum when all that was happening, because it was like muddy. I think I knocked myself out. It seems to be the consensus, because when my buddy got to me, I kept asking the same question over and over. And the result of that was a broken scapula, bruised ribs on my right side, and some bruising on my back and kidneys. And so, yeah, it was pretty serious for a guy my age. I mean, normally, if you're a young kid, you jump right, like I see Hayden Deegan and Levi Kitchen have these wrecks where they just pop right back up, shake it off and go. But I'm currently 58 years old, and that one took a long time to heal from. It was not easy to sleep, was a big problem. And so this is the first time I'm getting back out here in late July. Heading to West Craven, which is the sand track that I go to. You've seen in a lot of my videos. I use that one because I like to use it for testing. When you test in sand, it tests the engine real well, and it tests the suspension pretty good, because there's a lot of drag because of the sand. Your bike's sinking. So, in recent weeks, the thing that's been going on, almost 3 weeks now, I've had my suspension out, and I want to say a shout out to Steve at Fast Lap Suspension in Alabama. I was given his name by someone who had White Power Explorer forks sent to him, and he performed a service he calls it X-Cop for Explorer forks. And long and short of it is, he's able to put compression and rebound in each of the legs of the fork, but those are that is in a scenario for genuine White Power Explorer forks. The forks that come on the GPX are branded SZC, China copies. And yes, I've had them apart, and some friends have had them apart. Joe Henner, of course, has had them apart. They mimic or copy the White Power Explorer fork, but they're not exact. And that is the problem I ran into with him having my suspension so long. He was trying to come up with a way to make his mod work for the knockoff SCC forks. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that. The difference, there's quite a few like little subtle differences, but the major one is at the bottom of the fork on both sides. What you would replace to be able to have compression on each one is a valve stack and a fork cap kind of scenario on the bottom. and it has valving in it. Well, the SZC will not match up with genuine white power, the internal cartridge. It threads on at the bottom, and the thread pitch is different and the size is different. Even in the lug, where it goes into the lug, it's just barely different. Enough so that it couldn't work. So Steve did revalve it for me with the original SCC stuff. He did revalve, make it a little stiffer. I haven't. So today I'll know how it is. The problem that I'm having, that we were trying to fix overall, is I ride mostly on motocross tracks. So motocross tracks have faster speeds within the fork. The way the dampening goes, it needs more dampening, more compression, and unfortunately, even genuine white power forks, they're not designed for that. They never put them on the motocross bikes. You know, they've only been on the off-road bikes. So this being an off-road bike, you know, the GPX being a copy of, let's say, a 300 ECX or XC, you know, an off-road, it has those forks. It has that type of valving. It has those forks. Has the, like I said, the copy of the Explorer, which is fine for off-road. It works really well for that, actually. And I wouldn't touch them at all if I were to buy this bike and the only thing I did was ride off-road. But like I said, I do the higher speed stuff and do the motocross, so I'm trying to find a solution for that. It looks like I'm going to have to buy some either old style cartridge forks, open chamber cartridge forks, or maybe some air forks, some of the ones that came on the motocross versions, the SX versions of the KTM's 48 millimeter. But anyways, not unhappy with all of this. Everything that I'm telling you right now is not because I'm not happy with the GPX. I'm very happy with the GPX. It's quite a good bike for the money. And a person said to me, well, why are you spending so much trying to make all these changes? I kind of addressed it once before. Locally, I went to see what the cost of a motocross version of the 300, and even looked at the EXC, which is an off-road version. And out the door where I live in a pretty rural, you know, metropolitan area. In the Raleigh-Durham area is where we get our stuff, and then we go drive to all these places that are. I got about 5 tracks that are less than 2 hours away from me. Out the door price of those bikes were closer to anywhere from 12 to almost 14. And, you know, the GPX is selling, I think, for 662, 6 something right now. I forget the exact amount. And I would have done these things anyways. Like, that's what people forget. A lot of times you'll have to do valving. You'll have to change out springs. You know, I'm a tinkerer, so I like to mess with stuff. Change out carbs, change out reeds, change out, you know, heads and pipes and silencers. That's all the kind of things, even if I bought a brand new KTM, I'd be doing. So essentially what I'm trying to say is, I started at a lower price with the GPX, make any kind of mod I want, and I'm still way under the cost. And I got a really good bike that cross-references with a lot of the KTM parts anyways. So that's the story there. So today, I'm not going to make this, sorry, I know I'm rambling a bit. I'm not going to make this long. Go ahead and, you know, if you want to move forward and go to the riding, there'll be some riding today. I'll probably have some interactions with my buddy Alex. We'll be messing around. He'll probably film me, I'll film him. And I just want to say thanks to everybody who watches this channel. I know I'm off and on a lot. Kind of, you know, life kind of gets in the way. I'm sure you all can realize that in your own lives. And this is not, this is just a, wow, that was really crazy. Went over a bridge and it was really rough. Getting back to what I was saying, you know, life kind of gets in the way sometimes, and this channel is just, you know, a love letter to motorcycles to me. It's not a money maker. If anyone ever wants to know, I'll tell you straight out. I make about $100, $150 every 2 or 3 months from my YouTube channel, and that's with well over 200 videos. You know, I've been monetized for a while, but I really don't make anything from it. It's hardly worth the effort if you're talking about trying to make money for it. I just do it for you guys. I do it for the love of dirt biking. I do it to kind of journalize my own journey, look back on riding, you know, see if I make improvements and stuff like that. It's not any kind of money maker for me. But I did last year, one good thing did come from it. Last year I did get, Fox Racing did send me boots and a helmet to evaluate, do a little video and check them out, report back to them. I don't know if you've seen those videos, they're somewhere on my page. They weren't I didn't make the best videos, but the reason that they gave them to me was more for testing purposes. I had to report back to them how they lasted, how they wear, my comfort level of the helmet, those kind of things. So that was kind of interesting. I wish they would have given me some more gear. I guess I didn't do well for them. I reached back out and they weren't willing to give me anything else, so that kind of sucked. But, and I want to say one other thing. I like to support other people, and I don't know if you guys are watching other YouTube videos, other YouTube content creators, but I got a buddy, Charles, at MX Revival, and he takes bikes and really pimps them out to the max, man. He gets all these sponsors, you know, Recluse, suspension people. He has Electron carburetors, Henson clutches. I mean, he puts these things to the max, and they look like museum pieces, except you can ride them. You know, they're really good. And he's in the process right now of making I think it's an 05, 06, somewhere in that neighborhood, Suzuki RM250. He's selling tickets this time. He's done it different ways in the past, but this time he's basically selling an entry, $100 each. He's limiting them to 350 entries to pay for the work and, you know, to pay for the bike. So check him out at MX Revival on YouTube, and then to enter you have to go to his website. But yeah, check him out. Also, if you need any help with your riding whatsoever, I recommend a couple of people, but number one is AJ Catanzaro at the MX Motocross Academy. The Moto Academy, sorry. It's my favorite. They have an online app that you can do. I have a monthly subscription to this online app that has a community section where you can ask questions about riding or technique, and you can directly send them to their coaches, Mitchell and to AJ. They respond pretty quickly. Sometimes they're teaching classes and it takes a while, but also the community people respond like instantly. There's other people that have been in the group like myself and a whole bunch of people. I'm not gonna get into names with that one, but there's a group of people that have been there from the beginning, and they've learned from AJ. They've been to multiple classes. They can help you out. I think their technique is the best that I've ever seen taught. It's very similar to Jet and Hunter. AJ even rode with them for a while there. So I like him the most. Yeah, there's also another one, MX Factory, an old buddy of mine that used to race at Dade City, Tyre Levacy. He teaches that one, and he has a lot of YouTube videos that are, you can find them for free, that he did many years ago, but they still stand true to his riding style too. And it's all based on that new kind of style of where you're standing a lot, you're keeping your feet on the pegs, turning your feet in a little bit, staying on the balls of your feet so that you have flexion, so that you can dip your heel lower than the foot peg, and you know, riding with your elbows up, just getting, you know, your back, unlocking your hips and getting your back straight. This is all kind of normal stuff, I think you all know, but if you see it, it's better to visually see it so that you can repeat it. So that's it, guys. I know this is a long intro. Please feel free to skip around if you need to. But I wanted to just let you know what had been going on and why I haven't posted videos in a while. So go to the videos and I'll catch you in the end. Alright, so we're out here at West Craven Sand Track. In Vanceboro, North Carolina. Just testing suspension. I had my fork-free valve. Hope you can hear me. Yeah, I had my fork-free valve. So hopefully they're a little stiffer, but it's kind of hard to tell on a sand track. And I'm gonna say it, I had a bad crash, and I'm definitely a little nervous today, so not riding my normal self on this track. Just taking big sweeping lines and taking it as easy as I can without messing up, which I just did right there. Little worried about getting cross-rutted, but being off for a couple of months, it's kind of eating into my abilities and my stamina. So, just taking it easy. It's a big jump that nobody's doing right now. It got all messed up, I guess. Coming in here. Just putting in some easy laps. Burning that clutch up. I've always been a clutch guy. That's why I like 2 strokes better. 4 strokes don't seem to be able to take that kind of abuse on the clutch. Although I'll wear my clutch out quicker on a 2-stroke, but I always have that modulation with the clutch for I can modulate the speed, so I use it. Like I said, no one's jumping this jump. I think someone wrecked on it earlier. Let that leg get out there a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna pull off. My buddy pulled off already, and I don't want to be out here by myself.